Hello and welcome everybody. It is Friday, July 20th, 2018. Wednesday was New Comic Book Day, best day of the week. It is time for another new comic book video. Some good books out this week. It was definitely a lighter week. Not as many first appearances, key things happening, but there's a couple of cool things happening this week. So I'm going to run through my books that I picked up this week. I'm also going to run quickly through some of the stuff that showed up for me over this last week that I got. So I'm going to run through some of that too. Some good books that showed up finally. And we'll get going into that. I want to make sure I thank everybody that watches my videos, subscribes, sends me comments. I love it. Thanks very much. I love being part of this community. So first things first, I'm going to show a few books that showed up for me in the mail. One that I wasn't expecting. I ordered Zinnober #1 a while ago. I mentioned this one in one of my videos. It finally showed up. So that's the A cover. And then I got a couple of the this awesome dragon. I believe it's a 1 for 10. I've ordered those directly from Scout Comics, and I love that cover. That's probably one of my favorite covers so far this year. Just a gorgeous cover. Just going to rearrange my camera a bit here so you see all that. Yeah, I really love that one. That is awesome. And then nice thing, it's really cool. So I opened up the package, and they also sent me, because I ordered it right from Scout Comics, they sent me Free Comic Book Day, The Mall, 0, which is the first appearance of all those characters in that story. And I'd mentioned in my my top picks that I wanted to get The Mall #1 this week, and of course my shop didn't have it, but so I'm glad that showed up, because that's a really good one to get. And one I've been waiting for a while, I finally showed up, was my Venom #3 scan variant. I was so happy to get that one. It's a gorgeous cover. I love that cover, and that's such a key book, that one. I really hope everybody got a copy of Venom #3, first appearance of that Knoll Symbiote God. So that's it for stuff that showed up in the mail. A couple cool things there. I'm really happy to get that Mall 0. That was awesome. A couple of ones that came out a week or so ago that I got this week came out on Wednesday #1. I haven't looked through it yet, but I'm really looking forward to that one, because like I say, it's got a lot of new artists and stories in there, so that's kind of cool. And one I meant to pick up but I forgot to was Charlie Angel's #1. There's a ton of covers. I just like that one because it kind of reminds me of the old school show from back in the 70s. And it's funny because Comic Crib Castle Hills, he just did a video with a whole intro from Charlie's Angels, and man, did that bring back memories. So that was funny. Great video. You should go check out his channel, by the way, too. He's got an awesome channel. So new stuff from Independence this week. I got Aphrodite V #1. Picked that one up. Kind of, to me, honestly, looks like female RoboCop, but we'll see how it is. And a series I love, and I've been reading this one right from the beginning, is Ice Cream Man. So #5 is out. You got your regular and your variant cover. That variant cover is really funky looking. Normally they're doing those trippy kind of, I almost want to say lava lamp looking B covers, but that one's not quite that. Picked up Euthonauts #1 from Black Crown. Got the A and the B cover. Did not get the variant. My shop did not order enough in, but it's kind of an interesting story, so I haven't read it yet, but it sounds really cool. About a bunch of people, I guess they're able to extend their life and whatever, but it looks really good. Dead Life #1. I only got cover A. I wanted to get cover B, but they didn't have that one. And last independent I got was Magic Order #2. So I got the A cover, the B cover, and the one I really like is the C cover. And I'm going to go over that I want to go over this real quick, because that character is called the Venetian. This guy on the cover is C. I highly recommend you get that one, because that is technically his first full appearance in that issue, and he turns out to be the assassin of Madame Albany, who is kind of the leader of the evil magician. So if you haven't read Magic Order, I'm going to show you some images here. So right at the beginning of issue 1, going back to issue 1 here, you've got this magician couple. They're killed by their son. The evil magicians kind of get them to take over his body or whatever and get him to go kill the parents. And the two evil magicians are kind of hanging outside, and you don't really see who they are, but this guy right here with the hat on ends up being the Venetian, and you don't see him at all in this issue until the last page in the book, and he makes his first appearance. So technically that's a first appearance of the Venetian, this guy here in the background. And then in issue #2, we learn a bit more about this guy and who he is. And this is really good. If you're not reading Magic Order, I highly recommend it. It's a good story. So you've got, so now the family, you're introduced to this character Cordelia, who she's one of the good magicians. And her whole family get together and they try to figure out what they're going to do about all these magicians being killed. And then somebody breaks into their magic vault and steals a soul camera. And then the evil Madame Albany takes a picture of one of the magicians there, and he gets I'm not sure, I can't remember how that goes. Oh yeah, they got him captured in the picture. But anyways, they introduce this character Venetian, and she says, "This is my assassin, by the way." So he's a sweet ass looking character. I love this character. Is really cool. He's kind of got that old mid-century look to him. Fills up his car with water and everything, but. Cool thing is, and then through the book, you know, he's killing a bunch of the other people. He shows up in this mirror for this guy and pulls him right into the mirror. It's really cool. And Madame Albany there at the end looking pretty evil. But yeah, that's a really good story, and that's a good one to get. So that is the first full appearance of that character, the Venetian. Highly recommend you get that Magic Order. It's really good. I'm really looking forward to that series when it comes out on TV too. That's going to be good. That's going to be really good. So that is it for my independents this week. Just gotta throw this down over here. Next up, I got some DC. Picked up my Batman, and man, you know, I've said this a million times, you can't go wrong with Batman. I'm getting close to dropping Batman. I got cover A and the really nice looking cover B. I'm going to stick with it for a little bit and see how it goes, but Tom King's writing has not been the greatest. I picked up Batwoman 17, now only because of this cover. I love this cover. I don't know that cover is going to do much price-wise, but I just really liked it, so I had to buy it. And the cover B is a Cho cover, and it's actually pretty cool, too. It kind of reminds me of an old 50s advertising poster kind of deal, so that was kind of cool, too. Grab both of those. And I'm pretty sure Batwoman ends at issue 18, so not sure how it's going to continue on after that, but anyways. Injustice versus Masters of the Universe. I got A and B. I wasn't going to pick these up, but then I saw them there, and they're actually kind of cool. I really like that B cover. That B cover is nice. So I haven't read it, but it looks pretty cool. So I'm going to grab that. And then I absolutely went to, or no, sorry, I'm showing Justice League number 4 came out. Really liking the series. It's really good. I know not everybody is liking it, but I think it's really good. It's opening up a whole new storyline and characters and everything else. I highly recommend you pick these up because, like I say, with DC expanding their movie, they're really making a push for their movies, and they got their new DC channel now, so there's going to be a ton of stuff coming out, so highly recommend you get that. And then I went to town on these Archie meets Batman, because it's technically the first time Archie meets Batman in comics. So there's 6 covers, and I grabbed them all. So there's that one. I wasn't going to, but then I saw them, and I said, oh, what the hell, twist my rubber arm. Got that one there. I like this one here, the old Adam West kind of looking cover. That one's kind of cool. Got that one with Archie and Batman. The old dancing one. And the racing one as well. So that is it for DC. There is a few books that I wasn't able to make it into my second shop. So I'm not going to be able to show you everything. Like I know some of the independents. Gideon Falls was out this week. Really wanted that one. I will be picking it up, but I won't be getting it till tomorrow. And then I'm going to be putting on my new video right away. So not much point in doing 2 videos in a day, but Weatherman number 2 was out from Image, so I'm really looking forward to that one. And Skyward number 4 was out. I mentioned Mall number 1 from Scout Comics. I got the free comic book day one today, but that looks really good. So if you can find that one, try and get that one too. So, anyways, from Marvel, Iron Man 2. You know, I hate Dan Slott's writing, but I just loved that cover and I had to buy it. So I bought it. And Life of Captain Marvel, I got 2 covers for that one. I like this one, and I also got the Artgerm. It's a really nice Artgerm cover, so I grabbed that one too. A lot of you may or may not be getting that one, but if you can find that one, I'd recommend that one. It's kind of the origin of Captain Marvel, so I grabbed that. Thor number 3 was out. Grabbed that one, and Thanos kind of interrupts the wedding at the end and shows up, so big spoiler there. And I got Avengers number 5. I highly recommend you pick this one up because it's all the whole origin, the progenitor, and how he came to Earth, and you know, the ramifications of that. And this event, I really like this Avengers story, and it's good, so recommend that one. Got Infinity Countdown number 5. I do have all the covers coming from my other shop, but I want to show you, I recommended this one, and I still highly recommend you get this book, because it does have Requiem again. That single page at the beginning shows up. And so in the last issue, Requiem made a first appearance. I'm still going to classify it as a cameo / first appearance, because it's all kind of in the shadows. So in the last one, she got the helm that she wears on her face, and you saw her for the first time. And this one is her sword, and it's the Infinity Sword. So this is I know it's a sword. I'm probably going to get a comment from somebody, oh my god, we're buying books based on swords. Well, yeah, because this sword going forward, I'm going to put an image on the screen showing her with the sword, and this sword is a big deal. So with the sword and the helm, much like the Infinity Gauntlet was a big deal, this is a big deal too. So and then she kills kind of kills the dwarf right at the end there. So good one to get. And like I say, that one, it's going to take a little bit until everybody clues in what a big deal Requiem is before that one shoots up. And last one I'm going to show is Mortal Hulk number 3 is really good. I'm really liking Al Ewing's writing in this. It's a good story. I like how they're taking the Hulk. And I want to go back to number 2 for just a second, because in number 2 you had this whole walking ghost storyline. You had this scientist who was working with gamma radiation and cancer treatments and stuff. And he injects his son with, in the beginning, kind of near the end, you find out what the whole walking ghost storyline is. But anyways, he injects his son with this gamma radiation to try and, because he's a football player, and to keep him from prevent him from getting injuries and whatnot. And then in it, he says, I can see a door, a green door, and there's someone looking through it. And then he dies. And on the floor, right beside him, in the green ooze, you kind of see the shape of a door, and this kind of what looks like a tunnel sort of thing in it. So that's issue 2. And you know what? I saw that, I'm like, a green door, whatever. I mean, he's dying from gamma radiation, whatever. But then again, in issue number 3, the green door is mentioned, and this story was really good, actually. So it just revolves around a reporter getting statements from 4 people who saw the Hulk, and turns out this character on the front is not a new character, it's Hotshot, who, that's why I got Hulk 345 in the background. There's a whole backstory I'll go over another time, but anyways, that's where Hotshot was kind of created. This Middletown gets zapped with gamma radiation, and he becomes Hotshot. So anyways, this whole story is about Hotshot trying to save his girlfriend, and right at the end of this book, the police go to Hotshot's apartment because he gets arrested. Hulk beats him up, he gets arrested, and on the wall is written green door. So they're like, well, that's weird. And then there's this girl here, her name's Jailbait. She's dead, her head's twisted right around. So in 345, Middletown gets zapped with gamma radiation by this guy called the Leader. And out of that, these 5 characters, 5 people survive. Everybody else dies, but the 5 that survive have superpowers. So you got Hotshot and Jailbait, the 2 that are in here. They're both dead in this issue. And then you got Omnibus, Soulman, and Ogress, the other 3. They formed what's called the Riot Squad, and they worked for the Leader. But anyways, and then right at the end of this book, so everybody's dealing with gamma radiation and whatnot. Right at the end of this book, you got Dr. Walter Lankowski, who's part of Alpha Squad, and he's Sasquatch. Now, Sasquatch, the reason how he became Sasquatch, take a guess, he got zapped with gamma radiation at his lab up in the Arctic Circle, and he thought, he turned into this orange kind of creature, and he wasn't sure why. Everybody's thought, he thought the reason he turned into the orange creature and not green like the Hulk was because of the Aurora Borealis. But it turns out that his equipment opened up a gateway between Earth and the realm of monsters. So this doorway that we're talking about that has been mentioned in a few of these issues has a lot to do with the gateway into the realm of monsters. So that, I think, is where Al Ewing's taken this. And I want to show a picture. You're going to see on the screen an image of issue number 6 for the Immortal Hulk. And you'll see this creepy looking character kind of in the background. So I think that may be who's looking back, that was mentioned, looking back through the door. So yeah, it's kind of cool. I really like this story. I'm liking where that's going. So I'd highly recommend you keep going with Immortal Hulk. It's really good, and I think there's some new stuff coming in that. So that's a good one. That's it for this week, folks. A few things I want to talk about coming down the road that you're going to want to look at. Some really good ones. You've got Superman number 3. I'm just going to put that on. It's a double splash page from the artist, who is it? I think it's Ivan Reyes. And the cool thing is it's Rogol Zaar is right in the middle of it, so it's in the Phantom Zone. But on the far left of the image, you'll see kind of this dude standing there real cool with these glasses on. He's just kind of standing there all chill, and I don't know who the hell that is, so I don't know if that's a new character or what. And right behind him is Doomsday, so Doomsday is going to be playing a role going forward, which is really cool. Another one you're going to look at is Red Hood and the Outlaws number 26, cover B. It's an awesome looking cover. I've already ordered a bunch, and it's going to be the hot cover that week. I can almost guarantee it. Talking to Justice for Comics about that one the other day. And not only is it a hot cover, but Red Hood gets a new outfit in that, and it looks like he's going in a new direction, so that's going to be a key book. So you're going to order that one up if you can. There, right now you can find them on eBay for pretty much cover price if you want to pre-order them, or talk to your shop and pre-order them through your shop. Another really good one is Batgirl 25. It's another Middleton cover, and I know there's a ton of Middleton fans, so I'm mentioning that now. That comes out September 12th. That's cover B. So order that up if you haven't ordered that up. And I know I mentioned this the other day, but Amazing Spider-Man number 2, that comic exposure limited variant, highly recommend you get that one. That's the first cover appearance of that new villain. So anyways, that is it for this week, folks. I will talk to you all in a few days with my top picks for next week. There's some really good books coming next week. So we'll get into that next week. So have a good weekend, everybody. Take care, and bye for now.